Hello, 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 everyone. Unfortunately, Jay Halim could not make it today because he's not feeling well. So we're going to give him some love. This is actually a redo because I was not the smartest and did not push go live. So I did want to come live with you and have a little conversation about what it is cost you not being authentic and what it's cost me. And we'll do that right after this. And welcome everyone. And thank you so much for joining me today. I am so happy to be here. Um, Even if it's not with Jay Halim, he is such a phenomenal person, and I can't wait for you to meet him. That's why we schedule something special for you guys. And I apologize. But today we are going to talk a little bit about what it's cost you not being authentic, not being authentically you. And let me know down below if you've ever had any time when you have been kind of not yourself and being forced not to be yourself. You see, back when I was a young kid and wasn't out yet, right before I came out, actually, I was actually trying to promote up to a manager at this restaurant. You guys all know that I grew up in corporate restaurants, and I was trying to promote, and I was promoting up with someone else, and we were both getting the promotion. It wasn't a question, but I promoted up first. I started running shifts first, and it was a big deal because we were both training together. There was no real reason why he couldn't run a shift other than I had been doing it a little longer. I've been working there a little longer, and my sister was also a manager, so uh, she had taught me everything. I was doing paperwork for years before I ever became a manager. So when he was very upset that he could not run shifts and I was running shifts. And it did not work for this to happen. And he realized that I was gay. And although I never told anybody, I was still very closeted. And he threatened to actually physically harm me and out me to everyone if I didn't get him to start running shifts too. So I go and I talk to the boss, who's a friend of mine, and we work it out that he can work half of one of my shifts because I always worked a double on Sundays for many, many years. And he ended up taking half that shift. And I closed it, I did everything. And at the time, we had to take night deposits, and which is not smart. But I didn't have a key for night deposits, so we dropped in the top safe and we had worked out this thing. And the safe would I left about 8:30 and the safe time locks at 9. He decides to go in there, take the deposit along with the cook that I saved his job, and stole the deposit. Now it looks like I took the deposit, so the next day, everyone's trying to figure out why that deposit never happened. Come to find out, they found it in the bag in a dumpster down the street. They weren't very smart about it. They did get the money, and it wasn't even that much, right? It was a grand larceny. It was enough for a grand larceny. They got arrested. He ended up losing a scholarship over it. And so things did happen. But what happened for me is that instead of coming in at the highest level, they brought me in at the lowest paid grade, which at the time I think was like $6, right? And it's been some years. So it took me 4 years to catch up to that pay rate that I would have been. So 4 years of almost $1 difference is what that cost me because I wasn't out and he could use it against me. See, when you're not authentic and you're trying to hide things, people can use those secrets against you. Ever since then, I've been out. I've been an amazing, I've had an amazing life in general. And one of the things about being out is that a lot of times, especially in my early days, I was the first gay person people knew. So that same boss that I had back then, her husband, we went, uh, we were friends and we went golfing together. We went and did putt putt with her now husband, but this is when they were still dating and it was kind of still a secret. That was the first person to meet him, right? But we went with his son, and his son, Chris, her husband, wouldn't let me sit in the back seat with their son because he was afraid that I would molest him. It's absolutely ridiculous, but that was just the mindset he had. Well, fast forward, 20 years, and his daughter came out as a lesbian, and he's had space to actually accept it and love her and know that it wasn't this thing. I've stayed on their property. I have a bedroom in their house. Like, really, truly, it's where I officially live now. So the difference of being authentic compared to being inauthentic is huge. It's absolutely huge. If you're struggling with this, let me know down below. If you have a story about this, let me know down below. I promise you, we're going to have Jay Halim on very, very, very soon. He's a freaking phenomenal, and you are going to love him. We are starting a brand new series called Tuesday Creator Talks. That will be every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Make sure you're following along for that. And you'll be able to ask questions. If you're following live, you'll be able to ask questions of experts on really great topics. So get your free coaching, folks. Know that you are loved. I will see you all soon. And until then, be fabulous.
Everyone here at the True Awesome Network asks you to please subscribe, like, comment, and spread awesome.